Good morning, everyone. On this Monday morning, we begin with the Solemnity of the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary. And on this Solemnity, we have for the first reading, it's every year that we go through it, a reading from the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 19a, and then chapter 12, 1 through 6a, and 10ab. And it's a great description of the Blessed Mother in heaven. God's temple in heaven was open, and the ark of his covenant could be seen in the temple. A great sign appeared in the sky, a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and on her head a crown of 12 stars. She was with child and wailed aloud in pain as she labored to give birth. Then another sign appeared in the sky. It was a huge red dragon with 7 horns and 10 horns. 7 heads and 10 horns, and on its heads were 7 diadems. Its tail swept away a third of the stars in the sky and hurled them down to the earth. Then the dragon stood before the woman about to give birth, to devour her child when she gave birth. She gave birth to a son, a male child, destined to rule all the nations with an iron rod. Her child was caught up to God and his throne. The child herself fled into the desert, where she was placed prepared by God. Then I heard a loud voice in heaven say, "Now have salvation and power come, and the kingdom of our God and the authority of his anointed one." The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. In the Magnificat, if you ever get it, I highly recommend it. I mentioned it several times. To get this, it's a wonderful publication that you can read the readings for each day's Mass. And in this one, there is a paragraph that begins the Mass, just a paragraph that they have composed, and I like to read that for today. The Blessed Virgin Mary's bodily assumption into heaven makes clear to us that there is room for our humanity in heaven. Mary's assumption assures us that what Jesus accomplished in rising from the dead and ascending into heaven was not limited to his own person. Even though we are not divine, we too are meant to be in heaven with the incarnate Son, in his home with the Father and the Holy Spirit. Thus, the Blessed Mother's birth into heaven generates in us an ever new capacity to await God's future. This is from St. John Paul II. Just as grace does not destroy but perfects our nature, so the glory of heaven will include our whole humanity, body and soul. Thus, transformation of our material bodies, to which we look forward one day, has been accomplished. We know it now for certain. In her. This is a quote from Monsignor Ronald Knox. Worth pondering these great mysteries that is part of the life of the Church, the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary. Stay safe, folks. Hopefully we'll see each other soon. Bye for now.